It looks like the AFC North will be coming down to the wire as we head towards the season's final 4 weeks. Despite their recent struggles, the Ravens still have a 52% chance to take home the division crown. That, according to our analytics here at ESPN. Michael, I will start with you. With Lamar battling injuries, who's winning this?
This is, in all my years of doing TV, talking football, this is the most difficult question I've ever had to answer.
Stop it.
Right now, when I look at this AFC North, this is the most. No, it's not. I'm serious. This is the most. Or who will I clearly say will win this division? I like none of the teams, so I will take it this way. What team do I believe has a chance when they're behind in any game? Mm-hmm. And that team would be the Cincinnati Bengals. Let me explain why I say they will have a chance when they're behind in any game. Because out of all the teams in the North, this is the only team that has explosive ability. With Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and Joe Burrow, that's explosive ability. They have a good run game with Joe Mixon. They're very good in the red zone. So they give me something that I can hold on to that says, well, another team is running away or putting up a lot of points. Oh, you can catch up because you have this explosiveness with this young talent. T. Higgins just had his third straight 100-yard game. We know what Jamar Chase has been doing, and Joe Burrow is just a star in this league. If I had to answer this question, if I have to, I would have to take the Cincinnati Bengals for that reason right there. But I really don't like any of these teams in the AFC North.
Neither do I. We all know that. And I would agree with you on Cincinnati if Lamar Jackson's out. If Lamar Jackson's in, I'm rolling with Lamar Jackson to hold on to this division and win the division crown. They got 4 games left. Green Bay, at Cincinnati, and then the last 2 games at home against the Rams and Steelers. 3 of Baltimore's last 4 games are at home. And their 1 road game is against Cincinnati. And if Lamar Jackson is healthy, I like their chances. Cincinnati is disappointed the last 2 weeks, losing to the Chargers and then losing in overtime to Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers. I'm looking at them right now, and I'm saying to myself, where are they going to go from here? So I'm looking at this schedule the rest of the way. They got a road game at Denver. They got home games against Baltimore and
Lamar
Kansas
ain't going to be ready.
They're losing at least one of them. They're losing at least one of those games. Baltimore or Kansas City at home. They might lose at Denver on the road, and then they go up against Cleveland on the road with potentially a division crown on the line. I just look at Lamar Jackson. Again, Cincinnati wins the division if Lamar Jackson is out. Baltimore wins the division if Lamar Jackson comes back for 3 of them.
Lamar Jackson ain't going to be out a while. And even when he comes back, he's going to be sitting in the pocket instead of running around like he needs to be running around.
Are we sure about that?
And we've seen what he looked like sitting in the pocket as of late.
I'm not sure that he's going to be sitting in the pocket. By the way, they have a 1-game lead.
Wait.
They have
you don't come back from a card off and play great the next week.
You would know. I'm not saying next week, though. What about 2 weeks?
Right. In 2 weeks, because he could have been able to walk. I'm saying because I don't think he's coming back is what I'm saying.
Oh, well, then I'm going
and if he doesn't come back, even if he comes back, if he's not Lamar Jackson,
time out.
then it's
when we go into
problem.
the season, there are so many expectations and so much talent on paper for these Cleveland Browns. It's right there now for them to take it and rewrite their story. How much pressure is on them, though, to win the division and seal the deal, change that narrative?
Well, let me say this to you. With all due respect, I think that's the wrong question. Of course, there's some pressure on them, but that ain't the question. The question is, are they going to do it? The answer is hell no, because Baker Mayfield is their quarterback. I'm sorry to break that to everybody. Baker Mayfield is not a scrub. He can play. I'm not trying to say all of that. But when you consider the bevy of weapons around him, the fact that he's even in this position is an indictment against him. Now, he has had some injuries that he is dealing with, and he's saying after the bye week and stuff like that, he's feeling better than he's felt in a while, and we get all of that. But when you think about the Cleveland Browns and the expectations that have come with them and the question marks almost solely surrounds him. And so even Joe Burrow, we ain't talking about him like that. Lamar Jackson and what he's going to do come postseason, we still ain't talking to them about him like that, about the regular season. we talk about Baker Mayfield like that because we've seen enough evidence for us to say he's in a slightly above average quarterback, but clearly the weak link of that team with the loaded amount of weapons that they have.
And without Baker Mayfield being that distinct difference that Stephen A. is talking about, and without anybody on the outside that can make a distinct difference in a game, then I can't go with Cleveland.
And by the way,
so People Jones been making great plays.
And by the way, we talk about Lamar Jackson. This kid Tyler Huntley out of Utah, backup, complete 27 to 38, 270 yards.
He played real well.
No interceptions.
He played well.
The guy is not a scrub.
He's not a scrub. But let me tell you this now. Sometimes when a guy come off the bench like that, he can play well. But then when he prepares all week, it's different because the team prepares for him.
That's right.
So yeah, we're gonna give him some flowers. But we just gonna give him just a few right now for yesterday until we see what you look like in 7 days.
But you didn't do that with Cooper when Dallas.
Because I wasn't gonna see Cooper in 7 more days. I was gonna see Dak back in 7 more days. Don't try to bring that back up. I gave Cooper some flowers.
You gave him a lot of flowers.
I gave Cooper Russell flowers for that game.
That conversation already happened twice.
You went back. We gotta have a amount of time on how many weeks you go back at any certain time.
That's right.
You can't just go back into perpetuity.
Against Minnesota, you gave him a dozen roses. But Huntley, the Huntley out of Utah, he comes up in there. Oh, we just gonna give him a few. But you gave Cooper a dozen roses. I'm just saying. I just picked up on that. You know I'm telling the truth, Molly. I'm just picking up with that. Okay. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.